So is it time to buy SpaceX now? In this video, we're going to talk about and differentiate between dividend stocks and the metrics we look at for valuing dividend stocks compared to growth stocks such as SpaceX. Additionally, we're going to talk about what SpaceX is doing right now and what their future prospects look like as well. Finally, at the end of the video, I'm going to share with you how you can start investing in SpaceX right now, today, even though it's a privately owned company. First off, how do we differentiate between, large, huge companies, dividend stocks such as 3M or Coca-Cola, Procter & Gamble, companies like that versus growth stocks? With dividend stocks, we're looking at what money they're making right now. Specifically, when we talk about dividend stocks, and we talk about a lot about this on the channel, we talk about cash flow and how much money they're making right now compared to how much their dividend looks like. With growth stocks, we're not so much concerned about the here and the now, though it is something we want to be aware of. We're really looking about the future. What are the future earnings? What are the future forecasts for what this company is capable of accomplishing? At the end of the day, one of the biggest differences between investing in dividend stocks and investing in growth stocks or pre-IPO stocks that are not even publicly traded companies yet, is with a dividend stock, we're looking at what have you done for me lately? What have you done in the past? And more importantly, what are you doing right now with respect to profit and cash flow and a little bit about future opportunities, but that's not the main information we're looking at. However, with a growth stock, we are primarily concerned not with what's happening right now. There are lots of growth stocks that actually are not profitable right now, but the stock price is actually going up, and it's directly due to what the future looks like for these companies. What are their growth prospects? What is the cutting edge technology they're using? What is their unique competitive advantage over other companies that's going to lead to growth in the future? And on that front, SpaceX is a very exciting company. We've got a lot of different amazing future prospects, and I want to detail those for you right now. When it comes to SpaceX, we really have to talk about, well, what are they doing right now, and also what are they talking about doing in the future? What are their future prospects? What are they doing right now? First off, they're doing a ton of missions right now on behalf of NASA, primarily transporting cargo to and from the International Space Station. So they work very closely with the United States government, and this has led to other contracts and opportunities as well. The other huge thing that SpaceX is doing right now is their Starlink internet system. Starlink is a high-speed, low-latency broadband internet that is primarily used in remote and rural locations across the globe. How does it work? With high speeds and low latency in most locations, Starlink enables video calls, online gaming, streaming, and other high data rate activities that historically have not been possible with satellite internet. Users also have the option to take Starlink with them via the portability feature or Starlink for RVs service. So check it out. SpaceX has been launching thousands of different satellites for their Starlink internet service, and they have thousands of them up there right now orbiting the globe, and it's through these many different satellites that make their internet very fast and with low latency. According to CNBC, SpaceX's Starlink satellite internet surpasses 400,000 subscribers globally. So SpaceX told federal regulators in a presentation last week that its Starlink satellite internet service now has over 400,000 subscribers. The service launched in October of 2020 and it's growing fast. 2 months ago, Starlink said it had 250,000 subscribers, and at the start of the year, it had about 145,000. So clearly, significant growth is happening. And like I mentioned, it's a network of satellites in low Earth orbit designed to deliver high-speed internet anywhere on the globe. Through the thousands of satellites, they're building a system to deliver faster connectivity across a wider coverage area than traditional broadband satellites. It's currently active in 48 US states and available in 36 countries so far. So that's just what SpaceX is doing right now, primarily running missions for NASA, and that includes running cargo to and from the International Space Station. There's going to be significant opportunities in the future, including deep space exploration, missions to Mars, missions to the moon, and that's above and beyond what they're doing right now, including their Starlink internet service, which will eventually be global and offer access to internet through commercial airlines and many different opportunities. A recent article from techtimes.com is titled SpaceX, Humanity Will Land on Mars in This Decade. In an interview with SpaceX President and Chief Operating Officer Gwen Shotwell, they revealed that astronauts will be landing on Mars' surface before the end of the 2020s. Starship is expected to deliver people to travel to the moon, land on Mars, and explore other places in the universe. And this Starship has already actually flown several moon missions. Most notably, NASA chose Starship from SpaceX to send its first crewed lunar lander for their Artemis program, which aims to put astronauts down within the moon's south pole in 2025. NASA sees this program as an opportunity for spaceships that can travel from Moon to Mars, and they look forward to launching a crewed Red Planet mission in 2040 or in the coming years. One of the unique opportunities that most people don't think about when it comes to what SpaceX might be able to do in the future and how it might completely change how we ship things across the globe is rocket air delivery. Most of the time when we ship things, we use FedEx or we use UPS, right? Maybe even the United States Postal Service still, I guess, sometimes. However, there are significant opportunities with the speed and efficiency in which we can deliver materials, whether it's for the military, whether it's for humanitarian aid, or just for shipping things. Just think about this. It might take a UPS or a FedEx plane, a couple hours, maybe 15, 20 hours to go from one side of the globe to the other, but a rocket ship potentially from SpaceX could do it in, 40 minutes or 50 minutes. So you think about the opportunities there being endless with respect to the speed and efficiency in which we could potentially ship items across the globe. This is a recent article from space.com. SpaceX snags a $102 million contract to rocket military supplies and humanitarian aid around the world. The U.S. Air Force awarded SpaceX the contract on January 14th. It's a 5-year agreement that's part of the Air Force Research Laboratory's new rocket cargo program. The contract states that SpaceX will demonstrate technologies and capabilities to transport military cargo and humanitarian aid around the world on a heavy rocket. So when we talk about SpaceX, we talk about this as a growth stock, a company that is still private, but has significant opportunities and could potentially change the entire landscape of how we do business on multiple different segments. We've got to be asking ourselves, well, okay, I'm convinced I want to invest in SpaceX. However, it's a privately owned company. How do we do that? The dividend stocks we normally invest in are already publicly traded stocks. We just go onto our brokerage account, we look up the ticker symbol, we buy shares of the company, end of story. It's a different animal completely when we talk about a privately owned company. Now, there are a few ways to access SpaceX. You can do it directly and indirectly. Indirectly, you can invest in companies that have already invested in SpaceX. For example, Fidelity and Google both jointly invested a number of years ago and own an 8% share of the company. So if you wanted to indirectly own SpaceX, you could just go buy Google and then you have a bit of the slice of the pie. However, most people don't want to go down that path. Additionally, you could just wait. You could wait until SpaceX actually goes public and has their initial public offering. Problem is, by that time, SpaceX is going to be worth a lot more than likely, than they're worth right now, especially given the development of their existing Starlink system, as well as future opportunities with in contracting with the U.S. military and deep space exploration. Who knows where we might be in 5 to 10 years when they finally go public, if that even happens during that time frame. So you could wait and probably, not guaranteed, but probably pay more money in the future, or we can try to access owning this company right now. It's possible to become a SpaceX investor before the company becomes public. In DizRaptor, a private equity investing app, you can invest in SpaceX right now, starting with as little as $1,000. With the DizRaptor app, you can actually invest in tech companies just as simply as you invest in companies like Apple and Google in the stock market. Here, you can build a portfolio of rare pre-IPO shares that were previously affordable only to major venture funds, SpaceX, Neuralink, Calm, and others. These are long-term investments in cutting-edge tech companies. Today, they stay private longer, maximizing their value even before an initial public offering. You can choose a company right in the app and place an investment. So here's SpaceX. Let's go ahead and tap on them right now. You've got all the details right in here on the app. The minimum amount you can invest, the price per share, the deadline, the current valuation of the company. You can get some information on the company right here. The app will prove useful even to those of you who haven't even started investing yet. It will help you understand how the secondary market works. You can read the guide, watch videos about new disruptive technologies, scroll through the news feed, or study tech industry analytics. Once you decide you want to invest in SpaceX through the DizRaptor app, you can come in here, follow the steps to verify your identity, verify your investor status, because you do need to meet minimum criteria in order to invest in pre-IPO investments like SpaceX. You can then indicate how much you want to invest, sign the documents, transfer the funds, and then you're good to go. SpaceX really is a unique opportunity. It might be the perfect way for you to diversify some of your investments and have an opportunity to own a really exciting company with significant future growth prospects. A company that's actually making money right now. It's not like you're investing in like a penny stock or one of those tech stocks from the bubble in the early 2000s where it's like, well, pets.com, where and they're not actually making any money. SpaceX makes money. They're already got amazing technology that's transforming people's lives across the globe, and there are significant opportunities in the future. Again, this is not where I say and where I personally would invest all my money. It's a way for you to diversify some of your investments if you'd like to take that opportunity. If you want to download the DizRaptor app today, check out the link down in the description below. Make sure to leave your 2 cents down in the comments below, guys. I want to get your guys' feedback on this video. What future growth stocks do you want me to cover in the future? Again, we're looking at maybe once a month we'll take a look at a growth stock. This is still a channel about dividend stocks and investing for passive income. That's all I got for you guys in this video. Have a great rest of your day, and please continue to stay healthy, both physically and financially. Have a good one.